I'm a man.
I'm a man.
I'm a man, man.
And I'm man enough.
I'm man enough to enjoy a barrel-proof bourbon.
Neat.
Man enough to cook my steak rare.
Man enough to deadlift 500, then braid the out of my daughter's hair.
You think I'm afraid to rebuild a carburetor? I eat carburetors for breakfast.
I ain't afraid of bears.
That's what bear hugs are for.
I'll tell you another thing I sure as shit am not afraid of. Women.
I'm not afraid of women.
I'm not afraid of women.
They want to control their bodies? I say go for it.
They want to use IVF to start a family? I'm not afraid of families.
They want to be childless cat ladies?
Have all the cats you want.
Woman wants to be president?
Well, I hope she has the guts to look me right in the eye and accept my full-throated endorsement.
Because I'm man enough to support women.
Man enough to know what kind of donuts I like.
Man enough to admit I'm lost, even when I refuse to ask for directions.
Man enough to not ban young women from reading Little Women.
Or one of those pants books that the sisters like.
I'm man enough to raw dog a flight. It sucked. Not worth it.
I'm man enough to be emotional in front of my wife.
In front of my kids.
In front of my horse.
I'm man enough to tell you that I cry at Love Actually.
Good Will Hunting.
West Side Story.
That and Predator.
And I'm sick of so-called men domineering, belittling, and controlling women just so they can feel more powerful.
That's not how my mama raised me.
I love women.
I love women who support their families.
Women who decide not to have families.
Women who take charge.
And I'm man enough to help them win.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, giving all praise, glory, and honor that's due to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachahak, Wadash, double honor to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and blessing to the 144,000 and the hopeful elect, Shalom Barakathum. And that ad that you just heard, goodness.
Who decide not to
That's an ad for the, the next president of the United States. Apparently, okay. Now, I'll title this, Are You Man Enough? All right. And I'm being a little bit facetious there, but you just saw the ad. That ad just dropped. It's getting a lot of reactions and clicks online, and it's not good. It's at the point now where, if this guy loses to her, all hell's gonna break loose. That's what I believe. And they may squash it, they may quell it, but there's absolutely no way that she's gonna win organically. I'll say that. And see, this is the problem, man, with everything being turned upside down, everything being turned in on itself. All right. The scriptures say that in Isaiah 29, that the turning of things upside down would be esteemed as the potter's clay. They're using the term real man. Okay. Now these are the same people that can't even tell you what a woman is. Now, if you can't tell me what a woman is, how can you tell me what a man is? That's a question for you voters out there, okay? You people that think that voting is gonna be your way out. And I'm telling you right now, you're gonna die. And I mean that from the bottom of my spirit. You niggas are gonna die, whether you believe in Trump or Kamala, okay? This is Jeremiah chapter 31, verse 22. How long wilt thou go about, O backsliding daughter? For the Lord Yahweh hath created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. All right, now you saw the countenance of these so-called men up there. All right, and it's no woman. There's no wonder women have surpassed you, because everything's backwards. Okay, you're not really men here. You're not allowed to be. Even people like myself and all of the men that are laboring in this thing, we have to tone down the way that we even speak in general, in a nation where they have something called free speech. Think about that. That's how sensitive this place is to being called out in their perversions of the natural order of things. Okay, now you can't even speak out against it. Think about that. All right. I won't make this long, man, but look, man, when they start drafting y'all for this coming war, which is basically starting now, it's gonna be bad for y'all, man. Okay, This is Psalms chapter 76, starting at verse 5. All right, it says, the stout-hearted are spoiled. They have slept their sleep. Okay, what does stout-hearted mean? Let me look this up. We know stout goes into being big and proud. Let me see here. Stout-hearted. Why isn't it giving me the, let me see. Yep. Mighty, valiant. Okay, so if you're stout-hearted, okay, that means you're proud. Okay, you're big in your own eyes. All right. Okay, it says the stout-hearted are what? Spoiled. They have slept their sleep, and none of the men of might have found their hands. Okay, now I do want to try to read this in the NLT. It says, our boldest enemies have been plundered. Okay, they lie before us in the sleep of death. No warrior can lift a hand against us. You know, it says, let's see here. You go back to the KJV. All right. And so when these men have to fight, they're not gonna have it in them, okay? Because they're not gonna be pursuant to Psalms 144, where Yahweh teaches our hands to war. You know, when time comes for us, we're gonna have it in us to do it. When the time comes for them to fight, nothing's gonna show up for these people, man. All right. And so these men, this example that you're seeing going on in the earth of so-called men, all right, they're not gonna have it in them. All right. It says, verse 6, at thy rebuke, O power of Jacob, both the chariot and the horse are cast into a deep sleep. All right. It says, thou, even thou, art to be feared, and who may stand in the sight when once thou art angry. All right. This is talking about men against the Most High. Okay. So in the NLT, it said, who can fight the warrior against us? Give me. Our boldest enemies have been plundered. They lie before us in the sleep of death. No warrior could lift a hand against us, because these are their so-called warriors. Okay? It says, at the blast of your breath, O power of Jacob, their horses and chariots lay still. No wonder you are greatly feared. Who can stand before you when your anger explodes? It's definitely not going to be these men. Nobody can do it, but these are examples of men that definitely will not be able to do it. And the Lord has made them. The Lord has weakened them on purpose, man. He's made these people feeble. Feeble-minded, feeble-bodied, okay? This is about to go really bad for these Babylonians here, okay? This is Jeremiah 51 and 30. I'll start at 28. Prepare against her the nations with the kings of the Medes, the captains thereof, and all the rulers thereof, and all the land of his dominion. And the land shall tremble in sorrow. Why is the land going to tremble in sorrow? Because it's made up of this.
I'm a man. I'm a man.
Oh no. And the verse 49, and the land shall tremble in sorrow, for every purpose of the Lord Yahweh shall be performed against Babylon. Every purpose. So everything the Lord got is going to be turned in against this place. All right. It's just to make the land of Babylon a desolation without an inhabitant. The mighty men of Babylon have forborne to fight. They have remained in their hold. And we know that these individuals that you see in this ad, they don't have it in them to fight, man. Okay? You see, the Russians are Edomites as well, but they are not this down bad, man. Goodness. It says their might hath failed. They became as women, okay? They have burned her dwelling places, her bars are broken. One post shall run to meet another, and one messenger to meet another, to show the king of Babylon that his city is taken at one end. All right? So the word's going to get out that you don't have it in you to fight World War III, but you're going to have to. Okay? You Americans I'm talking about. Why? Because y'all don't understand the real power structure. These Amalekites running everything. Okay? They don't see borders like y'all see borders. Okay? They don't recognize sovereignty like y'all recognize sovereignty. They don't see wealth and assets the way that you see wealth and assets. All right? You're going to find out, though, that you've been spoiled. You got robbed, man. Okay? And one post shall run to meet one another, and one messenger shall meet another, to show the king of Babylon that his city is taken at one end, and the passages are stopped, and the reeds they have burned with fire, and the men of war are affrighted. The men of war are going to be affrighted. Those weren't men of war you saw right there. Those are some TikTokers that got paid off to get you to go out there on November 5th or whatever date it is. All right? Boy, goodness. How could you still be... Now I know the Lord didn't choose y'all, man. We know for a fact. Isaiah 9 and 12. Where are they? Where are the wise men? And let them tell thee now, and let them know that the Lord Yahweh of hosts have purposed what the Lord Yahweh of hosts have purposed on Egypt. Okay? So who's going to tell y'all what's coming? Well, we're going to tell you, okay? You got some people bringing it out, some Edomites bringing it out, but they get filed in the category of a conspiracy theorist. All right? Verse 13, the princes of Zoan are become fools, the princes of Noth are deceived, and they also seduced Egypt. Now Zoan, I think I did a little research recently. Zoan was the place where the Pharaoh in Egypt, they would take their councils for war. They would go to there and strategize. If you ever watched the show Game of Thrones, they would go to this place called Dragonstone, and that's where they would war and plan out their strategy. They had the big table laid out with all the pieces on the board for how they're going to attack and do that, to strategize. That's essentially how what Zoan was for Egypt. Okay? And it says, the princes of Zoan are become fools, the princes of Noth are deceived. They have also seduced Egypt, even they that are the stay of the tribes thereof. The Lord Yahweh hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. Okay, neither shall there be any work for Egypt which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. So that's the first thing you got to realize, is that this place is upside down. It's backwards. Whatever it's telling you to do, whatever you see repeated over and over and over again, whatever you see getting the most funding, the most airtime, that's going to be the polar opposite of the Most High's will, man. All right? But it's going to come to naught. Verse 16, in that day shall Egypt be like unto women. And when they say, are you a real man, that's projecting. That's called projecting. Okay? Those, you don't know what that was, man. All right? And it says, and it shall be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the hand of the Lord Yahweh of hosts, which he shaketh over it. And we're the ones shaking the hand. Okay? It says, and the land of Judah shall be a terror unto Egypt. Okay? Every one that maketh mention thereof shall be afraid in himself because of the counsel of the Lord Yahweh of hosts, which he hath determined against it. All right? So the Lord is going to be with us, even though we're going against the nobility of this place, the people that sign off on this, BlackRock, Vanguard, you know, these George Soros guys. We're against them, man. Though they get rebuked. Okay? For their wicked counsel. Okay? It says, because of the counsel of the Lord Yahweh of hosts, which you have determined against us. So the Lord is against this place, man. I don't know what else to tell you. Okay. This place, the countdown has started. We don't know when exactly, but we know the countdown has started. Definitely, the days of this place are numbered. And if you can't see it, that's because the Lord blinded you, man. Go on back in the world, wait for the missiles to come, you know. Go roll you a backwood or whatever it is you heathen-minded niggas do, man. All right? Because the destruction of this place is here, man. Anyway, I'll end it there, man. Lord willing, this is edifying. On to the next Shalom.